when. I wonder when this will end. I wonder when things will be back to normal again. Questions that we're asking. Hope has been given to us that there might be a way out now, but when will that actually take place? Along the way, while we're waiting, there's a little celebration coming up called Christmas. Be nice for the children, and it's usually something we say is for the kids. But this year, everyone wants to use it as something to look forward to as a bit of light relief in this terrible year. But when? When will it get better? The Israelites, God's chosen people, were asking that. It had been around 400 years since they'd heard anything from God, but they were waiting for a saviour and wondered when he would be coming. To the minds of most, it was to release them from their captivity under the Roman rule. But it wasn't for that Jesus came. Nevertheless, they looked and watched and waited for when this would take place. So when was it exactly? Well, I know we celebrate this thing called Christmas around about now, but we don't know for sure that that's when it was. Something I do know for sure is this. In Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4, Paul wrote, "But when the right time came, God sent his Son, born of a woman, subject to the law. God sent him to buy freedom for us who were slaves to the law, so that he could adopt us as his very own children. And because we are his children, God has sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, prompting us to call out, 'Abba, Father.' Now you are no longer a slave, but God's own child. And since you are his child, God has made you his heir." When the right time came. So many things had converged at that one point in history to make it the right time for the Saviour of the world to be born into the earth. I wonder, when will be the right time for you to accept that Jesus came to give us more than a party in December? Jesus came because it was the right time to come into the world and save us from our sin. Surely this past year has taught us that this world really has very little to offer us. It's fine when everything's going well, but what about when it's not? What do we do? Where do we turn? To my mind, it's Jesus. If you're looking for when are things going to change, when are we going to come out of this, it'll be when you accept Jesus Christ came to save you from your sin, to give purpose to your life, and to give you hope for something greater in the future. Why not read one of the Gospels, one of the first 4 books of the New Testament? Begin with Luke if you want, which does begin with how Jesus came into this world. You'll find there that things are quite different to the way in which it's portrayed in nativity plays these days. But nevertheless, Jesus Christ was born in a certain place, in a certain time in history, because it was the right time for him to be here. Read through to the rest of the end of Luke. Look at the teachings of Jesus. Look at what Jesus did at the end in giving his life for you. And then determine that if this all really happened, which I believe it did, if this was the right time for it to happen then, when is going to be the right time for you? If not now, what are you looking forward to? What is it that you want to happen that's going to make your life better? I'll say you find all those answers by faith in Jesus Christ and committing your life to him. If you want to find out more about how to do that, please contact us through this social media channel. But please read through the book of Luke and ask yourself, when am I going to give my life to Jesus?